You live 500 years as a different being.
I would do it.
Oh, dude, this body is worthless.
So I come back. I come back as a tentacle alien.
Yeah.
It's not.
You have to be one of them.
Now, is everybody on Earth going to be still human still?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, everybody on Earth is still human.
But you're off having adventures in aliens.
To get that 500-year
license,
license, you're basically, they're like, we're turning you into an alien life form.
Yeah, I'm not attached to this. I'm not. There's nothing here that's like.
You're like, this is my dream.
Yeah, this is getting. I literally I tore my MCL last year. I have a sciatica. Like, tentacle me up. Like, I'm getting more tired every day. Like, I don't want to keep aging in this body.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade-off.
Give me an octopus body.
Which church is that?
I mean, I was raised Catholic, but I mean, they always say like people are sort of like you're here for God's enjoyment, like
Like for the edification of God.
Dirty,
Yeah. It does. He's watching when you're sleeping.
Yeah, like Santa Claus.
But the thing of it is, we are here for God's
Do you
edification.
think Santa like jerks off to like
Santa? No. Santa's a nice man.
He's got a
jolly
naughty, he's got a
old
naughty
elf.
list. I'm just saying.
Well, did you see Fat Man
Fat man, no.
with Mel Gibson? It's new-ish, like within the last 5 years, I'm going to say. But it's basically, he's Santa Claus. But he's like a badass Santa Claus. It's rated R. You got to catch it. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, very watchable, you know. Mel Gibson, of all people. I'm just like, what? They let him back?
That's like that bad Santa, you know.
This is better. This is better
Billy
than
Bob
bad
Thornton.
Santa.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like it too. But this is
this
hella watchable.
What's the name of it again?
Fat Man.
Fat Man. All right.
Yeah, check it out, man. You'll be surprised. I think. What you been up to, Wafeeq?
Just been working.
You gotta talk in the mic.
We're recording. Oh, yeah, that's right.
We always live. We roll.
Well, I've been just doing some stand-up, focusing on that a lot, trying to find the balance between doing stand-up and my day job.
Yeah,
That's been the main thing.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Like, you know, like.
Do you start very early, like work early?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because I work in a call center, right? And it's open. The whole building is open 7 a.m. until 3 a.m. every day.
Oh no.
And the only time I've ever seen us close are Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's it. And so it's kind of hard to find a balance when you drive into work and you take a look around and you realize the homeless people begging you for money work better hours than you. And that's, it's just not good, man.
Yeah.
It sucks the energy out of you. I was jealous of one of them. I gave him $1 and my resume. I really thought I took it there and really thought about it. Could I pull this off?
Yeah.
If I was homeless,
Some people are very successful at it, you know. There are things like I like to call them hobos. Because I think it sounds jaunty.
Hobo sounds
like he goes and
fancy homeless person.
Yes, exactly. He goes and he rides the rails and he's got a little knapsack on his back and
he's like
just,
in a Mark Twain novel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's a jaunty
He
hobo.
says the N-word on a regular basis.
I didn't say all that. Come
We have
on
to call
now.
this podcast the White Privilege Podcast.
The White Privilege
Podcast?
podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because that was it was in a movie The Hurricane with Denzel Washington.
Okay, yeah.
And there was a scene where after the family from Canada who was it was a white lady, 2 white guys, and then a black kid. They were trying to save Reuben Hurricane Carter from prison. Yeah. And he was very, very skeptical of white people because of what he's been through. And he was falsely in prison. Yeah. And he was talking to another guy.
Bob Dylan sang that song.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. He was talking to another guy. He said, "You met all types of people. What do you think about white people?" And then he said, but I once rode the rails with a hobo named Alabama. And he saved my life 4 times. So he was like, maybe they're not all bad. So hobos are life-saving people. They're probably, you know what? I just realized it. Hobos are the EMS of homeless people.
I love that idea.
What if hobos, what if the homeless people, have you ever seen the John Wick movies?
Yeah, I have.
You know how it's like a network, right? Of like, like I don't know if they're
Yep.
scientists or not, whatnot. What if
Yeah.
they were aliens? Like if you were an alien and you wanted to hide, right? And first of all, welcome to Guys That Thinking, and today we're going to explore aliens. But question, well, let's start off here. Do you think that if aliens exist, that they would already be here, or are they not here yet?
I think they'd already be here, man. I've seen all the Men in Black movies, and I really believe that they're telling us the truth in movies, but they do it so they have plausible deniability.
Well,
So-
and they're feeding it to us slowly, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, to get us comfortable with the idea. You know what I mean? They're putting it out into like regular pop culture so that by the time that it actually comes around, we're not going to be like, ah! We'll be like, well, we saw that in Men in Black.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I see
And
that.
Pre-programming.
That's right. That's right. And then when we get mad about it, they can say, we already told you, we warned you about this a long time ago. So, but they know they can do that because if we see the truth in a movie, we're going to dismiss it as just fiction.
Absolutely.
So I definitely think they're already here.
Yeah. I mean, how many things have we found out later on that like the
Do you
government was like, yes.
Do you have any UFO experiences?
Me?
Anything?
I don't have
I
any
don't.
UFO experiences.
No.
Well, I don't have any direct experiences.
Direct experience.
I've looked out in the night sky and I've seen things that I thought were quite funny. But,
Yeah. I've
Interesting.
had that experience too.
Yeah.
That's why I was like brought that up.
Yeah, and in my I'm Muslim, so in my religion, we believe in a lot of things that are unseen, and there's like other forms of creation, and so I know people who have told me that they've seen something called the Djin, right, which could
Oh,
be
yeah, the Djinn.
a form of which is kind of like an unidentified thing, right?
Yeah.
So that a lot of Muslims I know have told me that what people think are aliens are in fact Djinn that they may have revealed themselves to. So I know a lot of people personally who have said, yeah, and there was a figure that just walked in front of me and I know it wasn't human and it shouldn't be right there. So, I know a lot of people who have had experiences that way.
Okay.
I know what a Djinn is because I saw that movie 1,000 Years Longing.
1,000 Years Long. They did another one on it too, Wishmaster.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, 1,000 Years Long. I haven't seen that one.
They got the Djinn and he goes over. It was like covering a lot of stuff. It was a crazy movie because they like go into they like include like Solomon in it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, that's because
the past and the future. And,
yeah, Solomon's a big part in that. That's because
Well, we gotta check this out.
Yeah.
yeah, in Islam we believe that Solomon was given by God power over the jinn, and he could make them work in this mine. And this is actually in the Bible, or at least it
Sounds a
used
little
to be.
problematic, by the way. Just right out of the bat, he had power over them, but he can make it work in the mines.
Yeah.
they're like genies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's why they have the
yeah.
bands, of the, from Aladdin, right?
Well,
The
kind
bands,
of.
That's
they
why-
have to serve. They're, right?
They're
I don't know. I'm extracting from Aladdin a lot. I know that's,
Yeah.
Did you
That's
see
kinda where they
Journey
came
to
from.
the West? Okay.
Journey to the West, was that the one with the guy from Family Guy?
No.
Okay.
That's 100 Ways to Die in the Old West.
100 Ways. Okay, yeah.
You know what? They mentioned the Djinn in the new Disney Miss Marvel show.
Yeah. They talk about
And,
gins and that.
yeah. And now, since we're talking about aliens, do you think that religions overall? And I'm not a theologian or a theologist or whatever the word is, but that can they be like, do they have to be almost other plane, like creatures of another plane, or is it technically could they be like otherworldly, like other maybe another dimension even? And what's the difference between a sci-fi dimension of an alien and an otherworldly being referenced to in religions, right?
Oh, like an
are those,
angel. Is an angel an alien? Is
there any overlap, or is it an unbridgeable gap? And if some of the qualities are the same, what makes an otherworldly plane in religion differently than like another dimension in what we would call like science space time or something, right? You know what I mean?
yeah.
When I was young, we read this book that was basically written by this math teacher who said, like, what would it be like if a something that lived in a 2-dimensional plane saw a 3-dimensional plane. So
Yeah.
it was like these triangles and these lines that
Yeah.
lived on a 2-dimensional plane, and a square came into its plane,
Yeah.
and all the 2-dimensional objects just saw a line. And the thing was trying to explain to him, no, I'm a cube.
Oh, okay.
And it was like this wild book that we read in like, I don't know, grade
insane.
school. Yeah, they made us read this book.
Your little 10-year-old mind was just like,
I was like,
what is
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, so like if something from a different dimension entered a 3-dimensional space, which is what we live in, we would see it in our 3-dimensional way, but that could be only a small sliver of what it actually is. Especially if it was like, I don't know, 4th dimension, is that time? I don't know, something like that.
Is that what UFOs are then? Or like the alien ones, if we were assuming that there were any alien ones?
Like not I mean, my experience that I had was when I was a little kid. One time I was looking up in the sky in my backyard, and I saw something floating in the sky. I've never actually told anybody this.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
That looked like
Manly Girly exclusive here.
It has an exclusive. I saw something that looked like a house. It was like a white house. Like
the
floating.
house from up or like a different
Yeah,
house?
like it was like
yeah.
up, dude, like up, like floating in the sky.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I could tell it wasn't a plane. I could tell it was because it was like a triangle. It was like a home plate.
Yeah.
Like home plate. It was like
Okay,
floating through the sky, and it wasn't like jetting off. It wasn't like producing any steam. And I just watched it from like one area of the sky to the other. And for whatever reason, I never told it. I just was like, there's weird shit out there. Like I saw that as like a kid.
Well, and you as a child, I'm sure you're just like, I don't have a lot of context for a lot of
For
things.
a lot of things. I'm like, yeah,
you're like, I
sure.
don't
I'm
understand
sure.
most
I'm sure
things.
home plates fly through the sky on a regular basis.
That's insane.
And I always thought like maybe there is something out there. So when I did my cross country road trip, the Los Alamitos research facility, I like drove into it, and then like it's like surrounded by security guards all throughout the day and night and stuff like that. And people say they have like a lot of counters there. So I like drove into it, and they checked my driver's license, and I drove up onto the top where like the hill, there's like this plateau like on the top of the research facility or the compound. And then I got like really scared, and then I wanted to leave at like 2 a.m. because it was like eerie up there.
Yeah.
And I come back down, and I gave my security guard like the same ID, and he like looks at me like weird, like I'm being tracked or something, because like people don't just drive up on that research facility.
Absolutely.
But I did that because I was like, I want, if there's something like that out there, I want to know. Like I want to be.
You're like X-Files. You know,
Yeah,
the truth is out there.
I'm hoping this gets heard by NASA, because I want them to approach my,
That's so
apartment.
interesting. So like, what do you think like drives that? Because you had to know, even though like it didn't necessarily, like once you had that knowledge, what would it have changed?
Oh, I don't like the idea that something is not, so like.
No, but the drive to like access that information, you know what I mean? To know.
Because it's like the desire for truth is like, so when you like make statements or you move forward in the world, your frame of reference is accurate. Like if somebody's like, your frame of reference is, I don't know, like Power Rangers to like, some other fictitious thing. It's like you're moving through the world and sort of like okay, I don't really understand like what the world is. But if somebody's like, oh, we have secret classified information about aliens or some other worldly thing that we don't know about, it's like, well, why don't you just let us know so that everybody can move in a way that's like more accurate with the way the future should be,
What do you think?
That's interesting.
What do you think? Should like if we had alien technology, right? Let's say let's assume, right, we know how much we throw into defense spending, right? And then if NASA, NASA going to the moon, let's assume NASA's the first, but maybe the military went first, without, it being publicized, right? Like, maybe not, but let's say, let's say in this scenario, we found aliens up there, and they're like, hi, we don't just like, no, Earth, stay away, or we'll blast ourselves with nukes. You want to make contact? Well, we, the leaders of this earth, want to keep that a secret, or you'll never get to meet anybody because we'll blast ourselves with nukes. and then so you have to keep it undercover, right? Like, should the government now tell people, yeah, no, we've known aliens, like we've been, that's how we've been spurring all this technological development in the last 50 years.
No, I don't think they should tell people. I don't think people can. Well, no, I'll take it back. I think they should tell me.
Yeah.
Definitely me, because I can handle it.
You can handle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think most people can handle it, which is what Agent Smith said in Men in Black.
Yeah.
When he, that was Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. A person is smart.
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones was telling Will Smith, his character, that most people can't really handle that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you knew that aliens were out amongst us, they would make it political immediately. Oh my God! Why didn't the Biden administration has been hiding this from us for centuries?
Yeah.
Even though it's not even 4 years old, it's the Biden administration's fault. They'd immediately make it political. You see what they did with COVID. So I say I don't blame them for not telling people.
Okay.
But I do blame them for not telling me, because I feel like I'm equipped to handle the truth.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, maybe you should write them a letter.
I will. When Tim goes back to work, I'm going to ask, can you please tell them to let me know the truth?
Yeah. Well, when they let me know, I'll let you know, because I don't believe in that. What you're saying, I believe that everybody should know the truth, because like I was saying earlier, we need civilization to move in a way that is, progressing past like all of our problems. So if everybody has the truth, they're moving in truth. I don't want people to be moving in propaganda or misconceptions.
That's so interesting, because like, how do you? Because there's so many people, and like Wafeeq was saying, the panic or whatever that could be created by. I just think people would just throw themselves off of cliffs and do all kinds of wild stuff. They would start thinking that their neighbors were aliens. You know what I mean? Like, chaos would ensue.
Survival of the fittest at that point, I guess.
God, are you kidding me?
Christ.
You're an anarchist.
Would you rather have that chaos and then sort of like everybody being on like we're all in this, we all know, as opposed to what it is now, where it's like secrecy here, secrecy there.
Or we unite together as a people. If all of a sudden we know that there's a different species, another intelligent species, would that make like the conflict between humans and nations divide, or would the people try to form alliances, kind of like Native Americans and the French, and the British, right? Like like how would it be? What do you think?
Well, people are always going to draw lines. I think that has to come. I mean, there's always going to be insecurity and need for significance. Those are like two things that like kind of go with like being human. So it's like if you're insecure, you have this need for significance, like kind of like greed or something like that. You're always going to look to draw lines so that you can justify your need or your,
Yeah. People are going to use it as an opportunity to draw closer to their own. I think this is why we need to stick together. Whoever we is, whatever group that you're in, we need to be tighter, because we got more people out there looking to take resources. So
Americans or the world?
Americans or the world,
You're like both of them,
Well, I want to see, let's start with you, Wafeeq, and then with Tim. If you were trying to, let's say you're sending a message to outer space, and you're trying to entice, like kind of like a tourism ad, like a destination, right? Like, what would you say about Earth to have aliens come visit?
To have aliens come visit, what would I say to
like if you're
Earth?
talking to aliens, like this is an ad, right, like it's going to be played in an alien planet. What do you say? Visit Earth, because blah, blah, blah. Like
this is like Contact.
Visit the beautiful beaches of Florida.
Yeah.
Come to Earth.
Try to get them to come here. Like, how would you convince them,
I would tell them, come to Earth. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
They're like, that's pretty good.
The tsunamis and the tornadoes are trying to kill us constantly.
Yeah. Earth is for lovers.
Yeah.
That's one. I would say, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I would do that. I'm loving it. Yeah, I think that would work. Just do it. I think that's purely original. I would tell them, come to Earth and just do it.
It'd just be like a mishmash of all of the slogans and commercials. You get throw a little like Budweiser in there.
If it's already tried and tested, right? If those slogans are already tried and tested, they're already viral. You know
Yeah.
they're hitting. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Why reinvent the wheel? They don't know.
Right. No, but seriously, I think I would tell them there's a lot of resources here, a lot of untapped resources and potential. If you can bring the technology and help us tap into it more, there's a lot of growth opportunity here, especially for new industry. We don't hardly have any idea what's in the ocean.
Oh, so we're like
That's
a
true.
galactic developing nation. We're like, we don't have the technology to harvest our resources. So we'll sell you a slice, you know, a percentage, like, you know, like the mining companies going, you know, into like, you know, impoverished countries, and they're like, okay,
Well, we're
gonna bring in, you know, piping and, you know, like, and sewage and water, clean water, but we own 51%. You know,
That's exactly what the aliens are going to do to us. Why are you bringing the aliens here, Wafeeq? What the hell?
oh, well now, okay,
With your
Tim,
touristy destination.
what's your touristy pitch for the aliens? Like, why should the aliens come to Earth?
I'd be like, so you guys look like you don't have like a good tan going. So we got sandals, beaches, you know, Fiji is a good spot to get a little good tan on. You know, we got gyms as well, so you can work on that bench press, and they got scrawny arms. You know, maybe get a little six pack going on that little body. Pick up a couple little earthlings, if you know what I mean.
Some shorties up in.
Some shorties, yeah. They'd have to be short because they got to be shorter than aliens. So some shorties.
They're super tall in my mind.
Really? No, they're
Yes,
like little
the
gray.
tall, squiggly men.
The little grays. Okay, I'm seeing little grays.
right.
Maybe we got all kinds. We welcome all kinds of aliens: tall, short, thin, buff.
Would you be disappointed, like, if the aliens look exactly like humans and they're like, "Hey, by the way, we're aliens, but you're actually our descendants. We seeded this planet." And they look exactly like you.
I would actually be disappointed.
Would you be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
That would mean you're an alien,
Yeah,
and you're an alien.
I'd be disappointed. I'd be like, ugh.
I wouldn't be disappointed. I would actually be happy because I feel like that's more opportunity, more growth opportunity for procreation. More the dating pool got a lot bigger.
Okay.
And it's a dating pool I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, but I would rather have
human.
I'd rather have the procreation add like an extra arm, you know what I mean? Like I could use
Something
one doing the
useful,
dishes,
I
you know. Maybe like look like Gordo from Mortal Kombat, you know, just a couple extra arms like you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about, all right, so what increases my odds of getting a good date? You know, so I feel like now I have more women to choose from. These are alien women.
Have you ever had an alien sex dream?
An alien sex dream? No, I have not.
I have.
Now I feel disappointed.
Yeah. You know
Did
that
she look human or did she not?
No,
look
like
human?
that tentacle stuff. Like they have an
Oh
anime.
my god, it got intense.
Before I even knew what that tentacle stuff was.
Oh wow.
You were like,
know,
I
that's-
was into
maybe
it
somebody
before
was
it was
beaming
cool.
in.
Dude,
know,
I had
like-
so many different like sex dreams as like a kid, like 10,
They were doing the
13.
intergalactic version of Tinder. It's just tap right into your brain. You know, they're like, oh.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
they
what you
knew.
were
It.
That means that
experiencing.
she liked your profile. You know, it's she sent you a dream. You know.
I was acceptable into their world. Dude, I'm all for it. I'm trying to expand it.
You had sex dreams as a kid about aliens.
I used to be all up in that like sci-fi stuff. Remember that? What was that movie like Joey Tribbiani was in? What was that?
I
You
think I know
remember
what
that
you're
space
talking
movie,
about.
Starship 5 or something like
I
that?
don't remember.
And then I used to.
Was it Stargate?
No, it wasn't Stargate. He was in like a completely
Why
different.
Starship Troopers? I don't know who.
Starship Troopers is good too. I like that one as well. But
Stargate the movie was pretty good. The TV show was pretty
movie.
good.
Yeah, I like Stargate the movie a lot.
I don't know. I was like American Pie, you know, like I could have fucked a pie at that point when I was a kid.
You were like,
I,
just
like
everything.
anything.
You're
Like,
like,
I don't
your
know why.
aliens look like pies. Like it's like their face.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna fuck this pie.
I don't know, dude. I was just it was on when I was a kid. I don't know. I had a high threshold for.
I'm just about how horny did you have to be to go from, hey, look, I'm gonna have sex with a pie to now start to fantasize about aliens?
And their tentacles.
Dude, mine was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there
It's
something
like
wrong with me?
it was a long road, folks.
It's like regular pornography is not good enough for me anymore. Now that I'm 12, I need some alien gray to get my rocks off. My God.
I think I was exposed to porn when my brother exposed me to porn at 5 when I was 5.
Oh,
That
no.
explains it.
That does
explains
explain it.
You
So
gotta run through the
I already saw like sex when I was like 5.
Right.
years
You
old,
get through the whole cute human catalog by age 8. If you start at 5, you got to switch over to aliens at that point.
Yeah. Well, Harrison Friedman, the host of Djin, actually says that he thinks porn's the worst thing for young men. Do you think aliens would like porn? Would aliens be into porn? Like, or would they find like porn's like, yeah, kind of like when we like see, like we read bunnies, right? So bunnies doing it. It's like, yeah, their bunnies doing it, right? Like,
Would they just
look
think
at
of us
porn
like
that and be
animals
like,
in the zoo?
you know, like they're like, yeah, why are you wearing these garments, right? Like, would aliens wear clothes? And would they think that it's weird for us to wear it?
Yeah, they would. They would assimilate.
Okay.
I think. Because like so many things
So they
in
came
life.
here naked, but they assimilated into our clothing culture.
I think sex would ruin their culture. I think they'd lose all their technology because it's like, have you ever seen that movie Demolition Man where like
Yes.
they
Yes.
stop sex and they're all just like no physical contact? And then Sylvester Stallone's like, I'd like to do it the old way, you know? And he like kisses her and whatever.
Yeah.
And they like kind of like their whole society like kind of like just like dishevels back into like what we are, you know? Just combative and idiots. Yeah. I think that would happen to aliens. I think they would learn what sex is. And they're like, oh, I understand why you guys are fucked up, you know?
Yeah. There's I just keep going back to TV shows and movies. There was an old show on Fox in the early 90s about aliens coming to Earth. And they assimilated into our culture.
The one where they didn't have the belly buttons? Is that what the one you were talking about? What was that? Roswell.
Please tell me you're talking about Alf.
No, it wasn't Alf. It was on. No, that was on. Alf was. I think that was NBC. This was This was like a primetime show. Came on at 9:00 or so.
Okay.
And the aliens became police officers, firefighters, school teachers, prostitutes. Which is why
I'm thinking
pretty
of Gremlins at this point.
I'm pretty sure they get into sex because there were alien prostitutes in this show.
Okay.
So I think they would get down with
check
that.
out.
Yeah. I think they could assimilate and but it's like that all the time when they have those movies where they're just like they're wearing human skin and they're like, "Oh, we're assimilating." But
what about you remember that movie The Faculty?
I do.
Yes, with those little thingies and they
Usher was in
warmed
that.
into. Yeah, I was pretty freaked out by that movie. I was like, I could see this. You know, you start to look at your friends a little shifty.
right, especially if they're like not acting like the way you want them to act. You're like,
Yeah,
"You're an
well, you
alien."
can always find a reason. You know what I mean? I feel shifty.
So so aliens wear clothing? Is with what we've arrived
I think
at,
that's
right?
a consensus.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think so
okay.
because I think if they didn't, they would. I think they would come for some type of a partnership, and if they weren't wearing clothing, they would freak people out too much, and it would ruin any hope of a corporate partnership.
Okay.
At that point, they would just have to take over.
When
I
in
see-
Rome, sort of thing.
I
When
have a different perspective. Like
Yeah.
you're like it seems like your perspective is like the freak out aspect of alien exposure, and I'm like, dude, we got the internet. Have you not seen like half the weird shit that's on there? How could aliens be weirder than like some of the,
you make a good
like
point.
some of the stuff
some
like
of
that's
the
already on the internet like right now is like more bizarre than like an alien exposure at this point.
You're
like I think like aliens would be a refreshing change of pace.
I feel like
Or,
you're
like,
making a
advanced
pitch
technology.
for alien sex. Like, let's just
I
maybe a
am.
refreshing change of pace.
Well,
if
he's
we
like,
had sex with
normalize
Turn back
alien
to
porn.
reality.
Trying to
I really feel like you try to normalize
Spread the
this.
seed,
Yeah.
baby.
You know
Come
how
on
they
now.
say
Just
follow
trying
your
to-
dreams? He is. You know, he's trying to
I have no
bring
kids.
those dreams to reality.
I want the first one to be special.
Oh man,
Now, an alien lands here on planet Earth, or a group of aliens, right? And you're the first one to meet them, right? Tell me the top 5 places. Where do you take them first? And then, like, what's your day? You get to spend a day with an alien, and this time we'll start with Tim. Tim, what do you do with the alien on your day?
Oh, I want to see if this thing can bowl, dude. I want to see if it can get a 300.
Bowling.
That's the classic high school.
Absolutely.
That's the classic high school move. Let's go bowl. Let's see you move. Like, because
Would
it
you guys,
just
like-
gets the blood pumping. You know, it's one of those
Yeah.
like things
Get some
everybody
beer
can
and
kind of
wings
do.
and,
Yeah, get the picture.
Bro
yeah.
down.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, if it sucks at bowling, that would be kind of like a turnoff at this.
You're like,
I'm
oh,
like,
you
don't
wanna
you have
move in, huh?
telepathy? Can't you just like make the thing fall down? But I don't know. Like then you would see all its skills. You'd see the way. Also,
See,
another thing about bowling is when a girl bowls or an alien bowls, you see it from behind and you see the way it moves, and that's like
I'm
kind of
always
like.
trying to fuck these fucking aliens.
I
What
thought
is
that's the whole
up
point of
with
going on a
you?
date. Is that not the point of going on a
Wait,
date?
how-
A day.
Oh, I thought you said date.
Yo, how do we get back to this dude having sex
Quit
with
trying to
aliens,
fuck
man?
the aliens,
I'm
Tim
sorry,
King.
I'm trying.
This dude is sick, man.
I
You
wanted-
gotta get an alien to get you.
Trying to get these aliens. I'm just
Damn,
saying, I got
Tim.
my own apartment now. I got a
He's like,
king size
you know,
bed.
like how a girl does, but like an alien from behind.
Just trying to see how it wiggles.
See how the hips move, man. Oh my god, bro. You know they got therapy for that, right?
Yeah, but I don't want it.
Oh man, where would I go? I think I would go to a casino because I'm expecting it to have some type of telepathy, telekinesis, or
Like he was
something.
mentioning, yeah, the
Yeah,
bowling.
like a
Rain Man.
The sexy
Yeah.
bowling.
Yeah. We just go clean out a casino, and then after that, we go on a world tour. We're going to New York. We're going to Los Angeles. Then we're going to branch out. We're going to Rome, Timbuktu.
hell
Yes.
yeah.
We're going to Dubai, everywhere.
Hell
And we're just
yeah.
going to clean out casinos everywhere we go.
Yeah, it's like Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 98 Tentacles, you know?
Yep.
Like,
Ocean's 98 tentacles. And once we hit $1 billion, then we'll just start taking over governments.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
would you take what do you think an alien would think? And like this was very normal in Texas, probably here in North Carolina too. If you took them to a gun range, you know, like you just like
Ooh,
take
would
an alien, to the gun
like
range.
that?
You know, do you think they'd do it? Would they be down like, yeah, let's go shoot some guns? Or they'd be like, this is a little bit too violent for me.
I think he would think we have primitive weapons,
Okay.
very primitive weapons,
He'd
and
be
I would
like,
get a little
okay,
concerned.
you take your little slingshot out in the backyard, you
Yeah.
loser.
Yeah, because then I would be
Yeah.
concerned because if he sees how primitive our weapons are, the alien might let other aliens know this is all they have. It's just some guns. We can easily conquer this whole planet.
So maybe we should trick them and just give them a slingshot and be like, yes, this is our best stuff that we have. And then when the aliens come, they won't even know that we do have something else.
Oh, that is very true.
Don't show all your cards, you know?
Very good point. Very good point.
Okay, I'm into it.
There's like an indoor shooting range I just went to called On Point or On Site or something like that up there,
Okay.
like North Raleigh, and it's got like you can program it to where you pay like $25 for like an hour lane, and you can like push a button and it'll like do like the thing where it like times or whatever.
Oh,
It'll
shit,
like
really? Like,
rotate
like,
in
yeah.
time, give you like 2 seconds or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, interesting.
And like there was like girls and stuff in there. I was like, this is a good date idea, you know. So
Yeah, I
I
think
wouldn't
so.
mind taking an alien for a date and like a shooting range.
Shooting range, bowling alley.
I
He's
mean,
like,
we're-
as long as I can see her
This
from
is-
behind.
This is romance right here.
Do you get to put up your own targets, or is it like default targets?
They have ones you can bring your own if you
Yeah.
want, but they got like ones that are like $1.25 for the papers, and
Okay.
they got like $2 for the splatter ones that kind of like that lime green
Yeah.
showing. It's a cool spot.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Just opened up.
It's kind of a dark idea, but in my mind, it's hilarious. Imagine if you made your own darts, like and you film reactions of them, but it's just like children targets, right? It's like,
What the fuck, Arturo?
Jesus.
like what would be the reaction whenever you like?
Well, we
whoop,
could
you
try
know,
it.
Like,
I don't
or
think-
like a kid with a gun, you know, like pointed at you, you know.
That's
like,
that's very Men in Black too, though. Remember when he was doing the other things
yeah,
and the
yeah,
monsters and the aliens, and
Yeah.
he shoots the little girl,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Well, she's got that weird book, and she's out
Yeah.
at night, and she was
or you know what? To not make it so like
child."
emotional chunking, like it's like animals. It's like like it's like a dog, like
Nobody
or
wants to shoot a
cat,
dog.
or like you show like a woodpecker like on like a log, like it's like
Well, then it's not an alien anymore.
oh shit, you're right. Never mind. Back to aliens. You're right.
What if you went to a shooting range and brought pictures of aliens?
Yeah.
I think the other people there would think you were a freak.
Maybe aliens would be cool. What if, and Wafeeq to the earlier thing about the ocean, what if the dolphins were aliens and the whales? Like, what if they could communicate? What if are there aliens at the bottom of the ocean?
I definitely think there could be. 98% of the ocean is uncharted.
Yeah.
Completely. So
This
I can
terrifying.
definitely see some sea monsters and stuff like that. And if this makes you feel any better, Tim, dolphins are very sexual. A lot of people have accused dolphins.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
I've heard
They
this.
get busy like that. So
Yeah.
if they are aliens, that might be your path of least resistance. Might be your best bet.
That dolphin ain't know what's coming. I'm
Come
about to
for
get
that.
a blowhole job. Right?
Blowhole job. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What are you talking about? I mean, you brought it up. I'm just saying. I'm open
Well,
to
the thing of it
possibilities.
is like, if it is a possibility, like you said, the path of least resistance, they're already here.
Yeah.
But yes, the ocean is terrifying, and there are definitely monsters down there, and there is stuff down there that we don't know about, and they just hang out down there, and they're just waiting for their day.
I mean,
The ocean is terrifying.
dolphins are very grabby. If you look at them on.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
You know, like let's see if we can hear it.
On your way. Buddy, see you next time.
Oh, there we go. Got him.
Humped him a
Man.
little.
And then they're going off to laugh about it.
You just got humped by a dolphin, just a little.
Let's see. Let's Google
Yeah, let him
dolphin
finish.
rape.
Dolphin rape?
Yeah, dolphin rape is a real thing, I'm told.
Here it says, okay, the dark side of dolphins will make.
Sorry to interrupt.
We get a.
Are you
we'll
okay?
cut around this ad here in the live copy.
Oh, this isn't going to be
Creatures
good.
of high intelligence
There's
are
no
guided by
dolphins raping
instinct.
people.
This is a real life. They surround the victim and chase. Demonstration of passive
Something
behavior,
about having a higher
literally drowning him.
intelligence.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
These inhabitants of the seas and oceans are quite sexually active and
Wow.
can show interest not only in their
dog's
own
like, I'm
kind,
into it.
but also in other animals, objects, and even people. A dolphin will not be able to rape a person, but accidentally drowning him, trying to jump on him for
I feel so
carnal
much better
pleasures
knowing
is
a dolphin
yeah,
is
he's
absolutely
a
no
dude.
problem.
He's got a little thing around.
Scientists know
I
She's
see
like,
that.
oh
it
my
is
Yeah,
customary
look
god.
at
to
that.
rape carnal pleasures
He's got it
is
out.
He's
absolutely
got a
no
little prick
problem.
out.
Okay, is that a dolphin
Scientists
penis?
noted that
I
it is
guess
customary
so.
I mean,
but also in other
I'm not an
animals
expert, but
and even people.
You're like, I'm not a marine
will not be
biologist.
able
yeah, I don't know what
Jump
else
on
is
him
hanging
for
out, like,
carnal
what was
pleasures is
Just
absolutely
like a
no
little how to
problem.
do.
Okay.
Scientists
She's
noted
cooking
that
him a
it is
lot.
customary to
Yeah.
rape females in flocks, and sometimes 2 to 3 males take part in the process.
Whoa.
They surround the victim and chase her
Gangbanging. 2
until
to
she
3
is
males
exhausted.
take part in the
Yeah.
The
process.
female can be
Hey,
held for
hey,
up
Oh,
to
Jesus.
several
wow,
weeks
dolphins.
for
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
Yo!
Well,
Oh,
That was a
Georgia
lot!
I did not know.
We don't need to see it again.
Scientists
Yo,
noted
this
that
dolphin
it
is hung
customary
like
to
a
rape females
dolphin.
Dolphin.
to death.
He's
She
like,
is exhausted.
look, they're like, yeah,
The female
girl.
can be
Looks
held
like his
for
fin
up
on
to
the
several
other
weeks.
side.
Nice.
Aggressive sounds. Well,
Wow.
when
He's
got a
researcher
dorsal dick.
Georgia
Oh
Sandler
my
wrote
God.
the
Yo, I didn't
dolphins
know.
can
I had
try
no
to have sex
idea.
with
Same,
anything,
big
even
same.
off the
Dolphins
pool
were
drain.
packing like that.
I
man.
guess.
Yeah, right?
Now I
In
feel
general, the
now
behavior
why people are so
At
afraid
all
of the dolphin
stage,
rape.
He was
Right,
newborn
what if they
from
were the
death.
aliens?
Sharp.
In order to
Every-
mimic the female
Everybody
it was
but Tim
jagged
King.
began.
That was jagged looking man, and it's a
Yeah.
gangbang, bro.
Oh
That's-
my goodness.
There's like a disease.
wrong.
If your dick like curves up like that, there's like
Yeah.
a disease called like paras something, where it's like there's scar tissue on the top of your dick, and it makes
Yeah,
it like.
I'm
you
sorry, I've
saying
heard the commercials.
think
those
they might-
dolphins had a botched circumcision or what's
Yeah,
happening
something like
there?
that. Yeah, if you have like banana dick.
This
Wow.
has been fun.
But if you were an alien, you'd probably you'd probably stay out of sight, right? Like the question is like whether you're in the water or anything. Are you like skinning as a human, or are you just invisible if you're hanging out around?
I would skin as a human so that I could learn the ways of humans. I
Yeah.
want to interact with people as much as possible so I
Yeah.
can learn your ways, and as I determine whether or not you're worth my time. As maybe I have other people. I'm probably
Other
a scout.
planets.
Yeah,
Okay.
other people we're looking at. You know, I'm learning your ways, infiltrating, sending information back home.
I don't know. I think I would just expose it like 100%. Just get it out online, Facebook, video, just live.
Like, hey, I'm an alien.
Just stream it out there, see who wants to fuck, basically. Who is into this?
He's like 5 tentacles or above,
Yeah, like let's just get it out there in the open, and then people immediately will just be like, "You go, alien," They would just immediately get on board because that's just how we are now.
Yeah.
Especially with the internet.
I bet there are people out there that identify as being alien.
100%.
I'm pretty sure there are people, if you went on the internet, you could find videos of people saying, well, hey, I'm an alien.
Oh,
You look like a human. No, I'm actually an alien.
Oh, yeah.
I've been an alien since I was 12.
You can identify as anything now. I mean, and I have to call you that.
Yeah.
Or else I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Alien
But
pronouns.
you know what? I'm not going to. If you come in here, you just know that if you identify as alien, we do not recognize that in this house. No, I'm just kidding.
E.T. is my pronoun.
E.T. is your pronoun?
Which could be.
Oh,
That's
man.
so difficult. Why are you making my life more difficult?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be accepting, inclusive of outer space.
Oh, you're trying to get a date, man. That's
I am.
with an alien.
You're
Trying to put that out there.
Aliens
I'll fucking
welcome.
alien.
I'm inclusive. I'd like to have sex with an alien. All right.
Did we already
hoping
show
for
you Julia? Since you're trying to get a date.
No. Let's
Who's
see
Julia?
Julia.
Okay, listen. Will you take this
She
guy's
an
approach
alien?
to get a date? Give me just one
I only
second.
accept anybody from Saturn or beyond.
I'll put it up on the screen
I don't want
here.
anybody in the first 4 planets. Just
Okay,
putting
fair,
that out
fair,
there.
fair.
Got to be Milky Way and above.
Yeah, it's me, Joe. Just wanted to say hi. Wish you a great day. Tell you that meeting you yesterday and getting a look at you was probably one of the greatest moments of my life.
I don't trust this
You were
guy's
so
goatee.
beautiful. You don't know how beautiful you are to me.
It's probably an alien.
I mean,
you
just-
know, like
you're
he's
gorgeous,
like
you're
he
precious.
doesn't know what a goatee should look
I know,
like.
but it's been
He's trying to
sitting in my
mimic it.
mind when you said to me you want to go back with your ex-boyfriend.
You said to me.
Please erase him from your memory. Don't ever go
Please
back in
erase
the
him.
past. I know, because I've been there, and I understand when you're trying to find somebody and you go on dates, and nothing compares to your ex. But there is that better person out there, and Julia, I promise you, it is me. I will love you like you've never been loved before. I will cherish you. I'll make you feel like a woman, a real woman. And believe me, after you experience me, you won't even know who your ex-boyfriend is. So
This guy's from Staten Island. I can tell.
open up your heart to me in your arms. Let's go full throttle.
Full throttle.
I can see me falling in love with you. I don't know. I just looked in your eyes and I just melt. Anyhow, I'm heading off to work. This is my cute little home.
He works in
Everything
a
you see
factory.
behind me, I built everything. Every square inch, from crown molding to chair rail to floors to lighting to plumbing, doors, windows. So this is the type of guy you're getting. I'm a very handy guy.
Very
and
handy guy.
I'd love to build you whatever you want. You're a sweetheart.
How about an
So
escape?
I hope this video doesn't scare you.
Oh, it
but
scares me.
That's how I feel.
It does.
I just want you to know that.
Did you?
Okay? And I look forward going out to dinner with you. So let's make it happen. Mwah. Ciao, baby.
Ciao.
It's always scary when somebody has like sad eyebrow expressions and they stutter. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
Is that your
Yeah.
cue?
Staten
It's like
Island
that. Is that
dating profiles.
confidence?
Staten Island dating profile.
Yeah. They got their own dating service.
Julia.
Julia. I want to build you something, Julia.
Yeah, he's like from crown
Anything she wants.
molding to chair rail. Like I built everything in this house.
Oh, man. $10 says he works in the garage. I feel it. I know
He drives a
works in the
truck.
garage. He
We
drives a
saw
truck?
another video.
we saw
He drives
another
a
video.
truck.
I don't think he has enough
forget.
chloroform to make her forget. That's the problem.
But he's got the truck.
Hey, I'm gonna make you forget your ex-boyfriend, Julia. So give me a chance.
I'm sure he's a very nice man.
Okay.
But he's just, that was ill advised. You know what I mean? No woman is looking at that and being like, sign me the fuck up. Like,
It comes from a place of I'm more nice than every nice guy you've ever met.
yes. You're
Which is like,
absolutely right.
what? That was that good.
It's not good. It's not great.
It's like, come on, dude. Like, you got to be a little assertive.
No, you can't beg like that, man. It
Yeah,
never works.
beg. That's what it is. That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good
One
way to put it.
date. Like, it sounded like one date. Like, met
Yeah.
you last night. One date.
It
You
doesn't
need to
even sound
calm
like it was
down.
a date. It sounds like he met her like a coffee, like on the coffee line or something.
Maybe.
And he got her number or something, you know.
There's no way that
or
man
maybe
picked
a
up
date.
somebody's number on a coffee line. There's no way.
They went on a coffee date, and he like that's like
Yeah.
you know that would be me. After,
She's like a 15-minute coffee date.
Yeah, that would be me. Like if I invested like a couple years, like this
Yeah.
dude's already like that. After like, oh, we met at Starbucks. I knew.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's not possible.
Vera, do you think relationships with aliens would be frowned upon? Fine, you know. What's the
We
societal
figure out who
impact?
the what is it? Stellar racists are.
Because it's like it's a different
Stellar racists.
species, right? And we don't really currently condone interspecies anything
Oh,
really as
that's
a
fair,
society,
yeah.
right? Like,
Not true. Germany and France just turned bestiality into a
I
misdemeanor.
just heard about this. That's right.
What?
Maybe they're about to release a secret that the aliens, you know, are here. So would it be looked at front? What do you think, Wafeeq?
Oh yeah, I think right now it would actually be accepted.
Yeah, because we're hella woke right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be accepted. 'Cause
They'd be
we're
like,
accepting everything else. They would allow that.
Do you think that they would be accepting of it, but they would secretly be like behind closed doors, are like, oh, so and so is going with an
for sure.
alien,
People always
because
do that.
that's
It's
just
snooty
it. Like all
bullshit.
this acceptance of everybody doing it. You guys behind closed doors, not you guys. You guys would never.
Yeah. Who are you talking about? You
Other
guys.
people. It's probably me. Just saying all kinds of stuff. No, I'm just playing.
That's okay. Me and X95 will have a good, happy family.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna talk some shit on it, and your
I
weird
don't
little,
care.
your gray,
Love is love.
with your big almond eye gray baby with hair.
Hey,
Yeah,
That looks
with
weird.
Arms,
it turns me on.
3-arm baby.
Exactly, tentacle baby.
What would be more acceptable? Would it be more acceptable for people to look, you know, like accept you dating an alien or dating an AI robot? Like, you know,
I'd be more accepting of you dating an alien, because if you're dating a robot, I would just call you a loser.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
just
agree
clear
with
cut
that.
loser.
That's
to me.
inorganic, yeah. You know,
It's
and
an
that's-
organic, not carbon based.
No,
Yeah.
no, you gotta fill it up to get the lubrication that you need. You gotta let me change your orgasm juice. Get a new quart of orgasm juice.
Here we go, like Bicentennial Man, right?
Yeah.
We put a positronic brain inside of a human body, right? So that's the robot, but the alien has 10 tentacles. Now, which one is more acceptable in society?
Which one?
Right? Because the alien would look dramatically different than
If
us
it
as a
had-
species,
yeah.
right? But the AI now would be in like a biological machine, but the brain is a robot. It's a synthetic brain. So the body is
Human.
you know, biologically as human DNA, but the brain is a robot, right? Like it's just a sleeve or an alien that's a tentacle alien. You know, like what
Which
would
one's
be,
more accepted?
you know, which one can society handle better?
Well, society's going to handle the positonic brain inside of the human body, just because on the outside we can see it and it's going to
Yeah.
look
But
better.
Wafeeq disagrees. I think you are tentacle, team tentacle.
Tim disagrees.
I mean, I've already had this premonition, so I think it's
he's like, but
in
she's
the
not doing it for
cards.
me.
I think it's in the cards for me
Yeah,
to be technically eroticized.
technically eroticized.
I don't even like
Yeah.
that tentacle stuff. One time I went on
I
a
don't
date.
even like it, but it keeps
One time
happening.
I went on a date with a girl and she watched Rainn Wilson was in this movie that
Yeah.
actually the Rainn Wilson character was like watching anime and it was like a tentacle porn thing.
Yeah.
So I was like on a date. This was back in like college when I was doing my program at UC Davis in California, and I went on a date with a classmate where I'm at her house and we're like watching this Rainn Wilson movie, and it has that anime tentacle porn where it's like these like red arms like wrapping around a woman, which I mean it's just basically alien bondage at this point.
Okay,
So it's like she's just like getting wrapped up and she's just like it's getting me, you know. I'm like, I get that, I understand why that's erotic, and we like watched that whole thing, and she's like one of those type of people that like it reminds me of like the way I grew up, which is like you watch like a movie, like a Jean-Claude Van Damme. Remember that one where it was like Double Strike or something where they were like two twins and there was like a sex scene? You like watch it with your family, and your family's just like sitting there, and you're like, why are we all watching a sex scene together?
Is that that's how you felt with that date?
Yeah,
like, why are we watching this?
Because she didn't want to have sex. She didn't want to like do anything. She wasn't like turned on by it. It was just
she
like
didn't know that there was a sex scene in it.
Well, I'm probably.
What were you guys supposed to watch? Fucking Disney? What?
Probably not. But I mean, it's just like how I don't understand that where it's like nothing like where you're just like you're detached from the medium you're watching. Like my family's like that where we like watch this. We're like, oh, that was just a movie. I'm like, I'm fucking like I'm feeling. Emotions right now.
Yeah, like, that's art to me, you know.
I'm like in it. You know, I'm in the movie. Like I don't know.
Now I have a question for both of you. Alien says, "Hey, you know, I can take you, you know, like see another planet. You know, I'll take you on my ship, but because of time dilation, you will not see anybody else alive. But you can live 500 years with this new technology." That will give you so you can travel, you know, interstellarly. Do you go?
Now, are you saying everybody that I know is going to be dead by the time I get back?
Because of the time. Yeah. Do you go? But you're gonna now extend your lifespan to like 500 years, so you'll be able to have a lot of adventures if you go. And in the span of a lifetime, right? We think of like 80 years over an average human lifetime, right? So all the connections. That's the normal lifespan of human, but let's say aliens live 500 years, right? So they're like, oh yeah, this serum, when we travel, we're going to, you know, upgrade you to 500 years. But because of the time dilation in space, we're going so far in space time that by the time we come back, like nobody that you know will be on Earth anymore, you know? Do you go?
That's a good question. Good question.
Yes.
I would go.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely go.
Yeah, I would. We just have to make the best of it before I leave.
Yeah.
What
if they're like, no, right now, Wafeeq, you got to make the decision now.
I'm like
right
trying
now.
to get like
right now. You can't. You don't get a week to tie up all your loose ends. It's out the door.
I'm
Let's
immediately
go.
thinking of the movie Fifth Element when you're like talking about that.
I think about.
I'm like, oh man, I would totally be in like flying cars and like a fake.
What about like
city
the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, they're
right.
both, yeah.
Where he's just
I
like,
mean-
no, your house is about to be annihilated. We're getting on this ship and we're headed off to on an adventure. So
I'm actually glad that you all said yes because I had a follow up to this, depending on how it went. But they said, well, part of this process is that you get turned into a tentacle alien in this exchange of you live 500 years as a different being.
I would do it.
Oh, dude, this body is worthless.
So I come back. I come back as a
It's not
tentacle
getting-
alien.
Yeah.
It's not.
You have to be one of them.
Now, is everybody on Earth going to be still human still?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, everybody on Earth is still human.
But you're off having adventures
Yeah,
in aliens.
to get
with
that 500
aliens.
year license, you're basically, they're like, we're turning you into an alien life form.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
you get to
attached
explore
to
the
this.
cosmos.
I'm not. There's nothing here that's like.
You're like, this is my dream.
Yeah, this is getting. I literally have. I tore my MCL last year. I have a sciatica. Like, tentacle me up. Like, I'm getting more tired every day. Like, I don't want to keep aging in this body.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade off.
Give me an octopus body. I hear they last a long time.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if all of a sudden you got the ability to like kind of like camouflage, like, you know,
Yeah.
like
Stuff all
the
apart.
you know? It's very cool.
It's very cool. Octopuses are cool.
Spit some ink at some people you don't like.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
To alien or not to alien? No, that was it.
Yeah.
That'll be the name of this episode. To alien or not too alien.
Now, out of all the sci-fi and like movies and literature and everything that they theorize about alien, what is each of yours most like? What would you be more psyched about their technology? Right, like I said, being able to travel to planets. I said anti-gravity. Like, what is the if they tell you get to have, we'll share our technology with you, but it's one thing. Like what is it that you want them to share with you?
Just one thing. See, I'm torn. See, right now I'm torn between teleportation
Oh, okay.
and anti-aging.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
I think that if you had the anti-aging, you could probably figure out the teleportation because you would have more time.
Good point.
I like
Good point.
time manipulation's a good one. So that's why I like the idea of like slowing down time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like, you ever seen that, like the X-Men new class where they have
the dude
that's
that
Quicksilver?
Yeah.
Dude, like Quicksilver like running through and everything's like super slowed
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, like that would be my ideal. Like to walk into a room and I'm moving, just because I'm moving so fast, I could just like fuck with people, like put juice, switch their beer with the juice, and
Well, do you
That's
pick
what
that?
you
Do
would
you
do.
pick that or
I'd
invisibility?
be like giving little kids beer.
If you could pick between that or invisibility, they grant you an ability. Because it's kind of
See,
like
that
you
seems
fuck with
more like
people
Lord of the
alone.
Rings than Alien to me.
No, it's just
We
like,
don't know what aliens have to offer.
It's a refracting, the light. It's really just
It's
light.
true.
Everything you see is light. So they actually have some light pass through technology so that you can be seen, and then some sound.
Well, the
damping
problem with that
technology
is
can be heard.
I like the Quicksilver scenario better.
Yeah.
Because everything's like frozen and you get like more time to make a decision.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
if you're just
Yeah, yeah.
invisible, people are still kind of like.
So
They're
if you're looking
operating,
through the hole at the tentacle porn, like a bathroom, like it's slower.
Right, yeah, dude. I mean, I like to take my time. Letting the ladies out
Who
there know.
doesn't?
Oh man, see, teleportation to me is so convenient when I really need it.
Yeah.
There are many
Yeah.
times where I'm supposed to be somewhere,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if I could just lay here and then with 5 minutes to go, just teleport my way there.
Yes.
That'd be
Hell
so
yeah.
much fun. Because I want to skip traffic.
So
Yeah.
much time is
Yeah.
wasted just going places. That's the main reason I don't do a lot of things. It's because I don't want to deal with the travel time.
You ever see? You remember the guys in like the second Matrix that
Yeah.
twins? They could like teleport into like a
Yeah.
car and
Yeah.
shit
Oh,
like
that's
that.
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So you couldn't just teleport into like skip traffic. You could teleport into like the back seat of like somebody you know's like your mom's car and be like, you thought I wasn't paying attention. To
Right.
You, like
Right.
I'm
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And then you just like teleport out.
Yeah,
great.
yeah, they were phasing in and out of stuff all the time. Yeah, that would be cool.
Fuck
What
yeah.
about speaking of phasing in at time? You mentioned time manipulation, like the Arrival
Oh,
aliens,
Yeah.
where it's like through learning their language, you're able to go like
Oh shit. Yeah.
transcend, like you're able to experience time non-linearly as they're experiencing it, and be able to.
I thought that was a really interesting concept, as in
Yeah.
there's a language, because like language does, like our language does change the way we
Yeah,
understand
brains.
concepts. So
Yeah.
like like all this technology you have here with doing like a podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That changes the way you transmit like information.
Yeah.
Which is a way of saving time and changing time. And then that movie just was like took it a step further. It was like, well, what if the language itself actually changed your ability to experience time?
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's true, because most of the things you're brought up with, like I was brought up Catholic.
Yeah.
And when you like study like the word, it's supposed to be about like the way, because like one of the sayings is like what goes into a man doesn't defile a man, what comes out of a man defiles a man. So it's like basically your language changes your world experience.
Okay.
And then I lived over in California where it's all Tony Robbins, where it's like neuro-linguistic programming, where it's like positivity languages changes your experiences and your business opportunities and like what kind of life you live. So like the idea, that's why when you go to like that movie, like The Arrivals, where it's like, well, language doesn't just change your spiritual experience or your business experience. It can actually change your like temporal experience.
Yeah.
I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like maybe there is a way you can, I mean, I don't want to talk about spell casting, but like
Yeah.
maybe there is a way you can like say sort of like intonations, because even Tesla himself said that all the world is a frequency. It's just all frequencies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you get into like a frequency we don't know of. Maybe the aliens do.
Yeah.
Let me know about that
Interesting.
frequency, aliens, and then we'll be a little more enlightened.
What if? Go ahead.
Well, that's like speaking stuff into existence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Manifestation.
Yeah, manifestation, positive vibes, positive speech,
Thoughts and prayers.
thoughts and prayers. The only form that really doesn't work. Everything else, though, yeah, speaking into existence. That's totally real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and along with that, right? Because we're all atoms, right? We're made of atoms. What if, like, you were able to move your body in a certain way, right? Where it's like the configuration of the atoms allows you to teleport. Like, let's say they're like, it's actually the geometry of the matter and the movement of
Sacred
that
geometry.
Like doing
you
a
know?
special move in video games where you're like up, down,
Yeah.
A, B, whatever, and then all of a sudden teleport.
Kind of like, have you ever seen Everything All at Once, that movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it yet, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they're like, in order to move across dimensions, they're like, you have to do something that you
really
would not
weird.
normally do.
Yeah.
There was a
So
lot
the
of butt.
probability
There was a
of
lot
that
of
happening-
butt plugging to get to the next
Yeah,
dimension.
there is a lot of
There
that.
was, yeah.
I feel like that's Transformers.
Yeah,
you reconfigure
yeah.
the atoms, and now we
Yeah.
can move to a different section
Yeah.
because we're Transformers.
That's true.
Ooh, what if they said? Ooh, here I have another one for you. Have you ever seen the movie The Prestige?
Yeah.
Okay, what if they say, hey, you can, and it's kind of like some fear the teleporter thing, that you can go to our planet. Well, you can teleport you there, but it's kind of like a prestige thing, right? The person that goes there will remember themselves getting on the teleporter and then appearing there, but you walking in there are actually about like walking into your death, because the teleporter actually like you like kind of like, you know how in the Prestige he had to drown his old body so the new body made like, you know, he could do the trick. Well, let's say the alien teleporter works this way, where it's like it basically incinerates your previous body and it makes a copy somewhere else.
Oh.
So like you walk into the teleporter, you're never gonna walk out of that teleporter, but the person appearing
it's
is
just a
gonna
copy.
think they're you, and then would the consciousness transfer, or can, like, if you get cloned, like at this, like, you know, almost cloned immediately, or if you get cloned, oh shit, no. But let's
I'm always worried about that risk, though. That's the hardest part for me, is to get over the risk of I might lose all this data. You know what I mean? Like,
You want to hang on to it?
that's a whole.
You want to hang
lifetime.
on to all your data?
It sounds like drama. What you're saying?
Yeah, you have to download it.
am.
Well, you say drama, I say trauma. Potato, tomato. You know, it's we've all got trauma, and that is my question though. Like, would you want to hang on to all of it?
It's like that. It's like that Rob Stewart song. I wish that I knew what I know now
It's fair. Yeah.
when I was younger. It's
I would like
that.
to keep all my stuff.
Well, I mean, if you forget it, then you're just a blank slate again. You know,
Yeah.
like going through the same mistakes. I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I want to keep all of it.
I want to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would not get on the transport, is what you're saying, like, because you're dying.
Because I could
in the
potentially
Prestige.
lose everything, all
Well,
the wisdom I know.
Imagine
So
right now, right? Like, imagine if you got in your car and you got here, right? But you were actually the copy of the person that got in the car. The person that got in the car passed away, but you remember getting in the car ride, but it's not you, kind of like in the Prestige, where it's
Is
like,
my dick bigger?
he's making a clone of himself, and the clone has the memories, but he has to kill himself, right? So it'd be like almost like
Infinite
they're cloning
copies.
You. They're cloning you in another planet. Would you be down for that, or would they be like, okay, we can transport you, but you won't? Let's make it less dire. You won't remember it because you're not actually being transported. We are transporting your sequence, and we're instantly cloning you on another planet. So there will be a you with your
Yeah.
memory on that end, but it's not. You're not walking into anything. You're not traveling.
Is it like the same physical? I mean, are there enhancements? Is what I'm asking, or is there?
No,
is it
it's
like
just the same.
No, it's just the same.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
you like, you know, it'd be basically creating a like copy paste of your document just somewhere else. You're never gonna see it, but they would have all your memories.
But what if the
up to
air's not
date.
oxygen and I only breathe oxygen? Like I don't
Well, I
understand.
mean,
like
that,
it,
Oh, yeah,
that,
that
that
would all
stuff
be
has been
handled.
already worked out.
it's like a different. Okay, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could
All
be
the technology, the suit
so
and
it could
everything,
be
yeah.
like another alien version of me, but it's still like the version
Still
of
you.
Tim
Yeah,
that's
still-
like that. So he's like mediocre.
Yeah,
in
like
all-
you walk
in
into a
all
teleporter,
respects.
but the person, the copy over there,
He's in the
remembers
same
walking into a
social
teleporter.
class. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of things going for him.
Yeah.
He's a failing
Yeah.
comedian.
Like, would you send a copy of yours to an alien planet, even if you can go?
I mean, it's like that movie Total Recall. Like you're like on Mars or something like that, but it's like you're still
Yeah.
like Schwarzenegger's clearly going to be the action star in that scenario. But I'd be more like that guy who has like the mutilated face who's like serving drinks.
Yeah.
In that
It's
movie.
it's like multiplicity, but like with aliens, you know, like where you're making copies of yourself to
multiplicity,
do other
yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go definitely. Well, I would do that because that would be more copies to spread my narrative.
Yeah.
And push my agenda on to people or
What's your
other
agenda?
beings.
Mac
my-
and cheese breadcrumb thing.
Definitely. No
yeah,
breadcrumbs on top of the macaroni and cheese. That's
I
one
got you. I
thing.
got you.
Here's another one.
What if that planet didn't have macaroni, dude?
Well, then that means we could be the source. We can start it and show them
okay.
the only correct way. They never even have to come across the incorrect way.
That's a fair, yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. Well, gentlemen, I don't know if we'll solve this in one session, but we've done a little bit over an hour. So, where can people find you?
Soon on other planets, I hope.
Yes.
Hopefully. But until then, if you're still stuck on Earth, at
Yeah.
Wafeeq Zarif on Instagram and TikTok, and Wafeeq Zarif Unleashed on Facebook. Now, I said that as if people know how to spell my name, so here we go. Wafeeq is spelled W-A-F, E is an elephant, E is elephant Q. Zarif is spelled Z-A-R-I-F.
Yeah. Tim King Comedian on IG or Tim King on Facebook. Tim King Comedian on Facebook. You can find me there. And if this is in the future on any planet, you know, Facebook is and Instagram Meta will be intergalactic at that point. So you can find me.
Find me, tentacle bitches.
Find me, tentacle bitches. That's right.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you both. This has been Casa. Thank you.
That was good.